you all for showing up in person. Makes my life a little easier without having to worry about the video thing. That was stressful. All right. I'm grateful you're all here this morning. You know, I've had a challenging last few days, and I don't need to go into details, but I think sometimes when we go through unexpected events or life brings up some challenges, the best thing to do is to just be in our bodies and feel and let everything that's present in us roll through us instead of trying to ignore it or trying to push it aside. So maybe you guys have had or you all have had a lovely last few days, but I still think it's a really beautiful thing to just tap into yourself, your heart, your physicality, and really feel and experience what's there and let that be present. So that's what I'd like to offer for our practice today, is just really feeling in and let everything roll through us as we move through our practice. So I will pass out the little consent coasters in a moment, but at this time, find a comfortable seat here on your mat. Close your eyes and find your breath. Sometimes our yoga practice is as simple as bringing the breath in and emptying yourself back out. And this is one of those tools that we don't realize how important it is until you can't find your breath. So really tuning in here, intentionally drawing the breath in, filling yourself up as much as you can in this moment. Noticing and pausing with that fullness, and then allowing for that long, slow exhale, balancing out the other side. And we'll work with this collective intention of feeling into our physical body, into our emotional body, and really allowing what's present to rise and to roll through us. Oftentimes, some of these emotions and sensations are just passing by, and we hold on to them. Sometimes they linger for a little bit longer. So just notice what is present for you. And then if there's something else that is calling to you this morning, something else that you'd like to set as an intention, weave that in with your breath now as well. Take a few more breaths here, just setting up this framework for our practice. If you haven't started your Ujjayi breath, start that now. So you get that whisper breath going, a little more intentional. We're using this breath this morning not only to be a reminder in our bodies, but also as an additional tool to support one another in practice. So you're breathing intentionally and strongly here, just enough that those around you can hear you. So you start to support everyone in this room with your breath. closed. Bring your hands down to your belly and low back. Start to breathe into this area, so very intentionally expanding the breath into this third chakra. Maybe even a little bit spilling over into the second chakra. So with the inhale, you feel your belly and your back body expand outward. With the exhale, you feel it hugging back towards center, connecting back to your core. Your next inhale, bring your hands up to your rib cage. So you can have hands crossed over, so you're holding opposite ribs with your hands, or you can keep it on the same side. On your inhale, feel the ribs expand outward to the left and the right. With your exhale, feel it hug back in towards your center. Noticing this region that's between your third and fourth chakras. Tuning into still your core, starting to tune into your connection to others. Now shift your hands up to your heart and or your upper back. With the inhale, feel your chest and your upper back rise. With the exhale, feel it hug back in, settling towards your center. This is the area of connection to others. It's your heart center. We're going to shift into Viloma, which is this 3-part breath. So select wherever you'd like to place your hands. It could be one of those areas or a combo, or simply resting your hands in your lap. We're going to exhale all the air out. Inhale the first third of your inhale into the belly and low back. Pause. Second third, fill up your rib cage. Pause. Final third, fill up the chest and the upper back all the way to full. Sip in a little more breath. Then as you're ready, exhale long and smooth, emptying chest, ribs, belly. We'll do this 3 more times. As you're ready, first third into the belly and low back. Pause. Second third into the rib cage. Pause. Final third, chest, upper back, all the way to full. Holding. As you're ready, empty chest, ribs, belly. Do that twice more at your own pace. Perhaps extending the breaths, shortening them. To notice, to feel inside. And start to add some basic movement here. So it could be as subtle as rolling through the neck or shoulders. Maybe it's soft lean side to side. Taking about 3 more breaths, just shifting, moving, working out some of the kinks from sleeping or sitting here for a moment. Making your way back to neutral for the next breath or so. We're going to bring the soles of your feet together, coming into a Baddha Konasana. We're going to do this in the Pali style for a quick moment. Most of you have done this with me before. Start to flap your legs like they're a little butterfly. This works more on the joints than on the muscles, so it's also very good. Bring it back to a stopping point. Set your left hand out for support. Right hand is going to come into the thigh. You're going to press it down in a way to traction out the thigh. So just pulling the muscle away from the bone, leaning towards the left side. And then if it feels good, you can start to twist towards that left leg as well. Breathing down into this right hip and this right side of the lower back. Release, come back up through center, take a moment to reset. And then we'll simply switch to the second side. Right hand comes out, left hand presses down and away. Working on this traction out through the hip joint. And then if it feels good, start to add in that twist. That can be really delicious for the low back, kidney area. Starting to lean more towards that right leg. Breathing down into the stretch. Coming back up through center. Take a hands back behind you. Huge breath in, lifting up to the heart. On your exhale, hinging from the hips, just simply fold forward over this Baddha Konasana. Keep your feet active by pressing the balls of the feet into one another, flexing the toes away. Direct the breath all the way down into the hips. Feeling into the stretch. If you love Uddiyana Bandha, you're welcome to play around with that here. Holding the belly in the bottom of the exhale. Need more deep breaths, spreading into the low back and rocking down into the hips and low. And then inhale, rise back up out of the folds. Placing hands to outer thighs, help the legs back together. Shake them out a little bit, just because it feels good. And then come all the way down onto your back with your prop nearby. Is anyone propless? Oh, well, Brenda, you're way closer to me, so I'll let you get it yourself. All right, everyone else, come on down onto your back. You don't need the prop quite yet, but make sure it's reachable so you don't have to stress to get it later. Interlace the hands behind your head, stack your knees over your hips, knees bent at 45 or 90 degrees or less. So as we move through core, it's really easy as we move through these intense poses to try to check out. Today, I really invite you to check in and feel all the parts of this movement. So take a huge breath, spread it through the low back. So if you could press the back body into the mat. On your exhale, lift head and shoulders, and then relax your head into your hands. Take a deep breath, spread it through the back body. Hold the breath, curl elbow. Exhale, elbows towards the left thigh. Reach right leg forward at a 45-degree angle. Now if this is pulling on your low back today, you can reach the leg straight up to the sky instead. Hold the low belly down. Inhale, bend both knees, come back to center line. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards the right thigh. Reach through the left leg, either that 45 degrees or straight up to the sky. Nice, Chris. Hold low belly down. Inhale, bend both knees back to center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Reach that right leg forward, spread your toes so there's activation. Hold the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Continue to stay with sensation. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards that right leg. Reach the left foot forward. Spread your toes. Nice, Adam. Pull belly down. Inhale, back through center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Reach that right leg forward. Pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Nice. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach through that left leg. Pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Inhale, back through center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to left thigh. Reach through that right leg. Pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Back through center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach through that left leg. Pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Inhale, come back to center and release. Walk your feet about mat width apart. We're going to do a little windshield wiper legs to release through the hips. So feet are mat width apart. On your exhale, knees over to one side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, back through center. And just get into a rhythm here that works with your body. Two more breaths. And coming back through center. It's time to grab hold of your prop. Place it middle width in between your thighs. Snug up towards the pubic bone. Float your legs straight up to the sky. Now check in. If this is pulling on your low back and hamstrings, bend your knees. Flex your feet towards your shins. So you do the same thing. You'll be doing a bent knee variation. Otherwise, keep your legs long. Interlace your hands back behind your head. Working with gate opener. Take a deep breath into the back body. Hold that breath. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze your prop. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze the prop a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale, bring left hand to prop, straddle the legs. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, bring legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out strongly through thighs, nicely, so pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift, squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through the thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift, squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, tuck tailbone, reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Bring legs back to center, lower head and shoulders. One more round here. Top of your inhale, hold full. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone, reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath, curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone, reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together and release. Set your prop aside. Moving into a bridge pose. Reach down, raise the back of your heels with your fingertips. On your inhale, peel your spine up and away, lifting into bridge. You're always welcome to use a prop under your hips or in between your thighs for additional support. Connect into that strong, intentional breath. Awesome. Really spreading into the belly. Intention of feeling, of choosing to really experience sensation and the waves that come with it. Five more breaths here. Last inhale, maybe the hips lift a little higher. Exhale, tuck your tailbone. Slowly lower upper, mid, and lower spine back down to the mat. Release here by either pressing the thighs away or hugging your knees into your chest. Rolling over to your left side. Press your way up to a seat. Come all the way forward onto forearms and knees. Setting up for our dolphin with some variations this morning. So setting up here, forearms on the ground, shoulder width apart. Hands can be clasped or parallel to one another. Take a huge breath, spread it across the upper back, lifting in between the shoulders. Engage through the chest muscles. Exhale, curl your toes under. Hips go up to the sky for dolphin. So hanging out in this first dolphin, tune into activation. So really lifting the hips to the sky, feeling your core support that. And then feel your arms, chest, and shoulders supporting you here. Hugging the elbows isometrically towards one another. Pressing the ground away with the forearms. And then tune into the softness that's present in the pose as well. So relaxing through the neck and jaw, head is hanging heavy. Heels are easily relaxing towards the ground so you're not pressing. Dolphin strut. Step the left foot out towards the outside of your mat and slightly forward. Reach down with the left hand, grab hold of the left ankle. And if that's too much on your shoulder, just stay with your dolphin. If you'd like to add more, or you're just in dolphin, extend the right leg up to the sky. Find your balance. Really press into the earth with that right forearm. If you have the ankle, pull away from the ankle so you get a stretch across the upper back. And then exhale, lower the right foot, bring the left forearm back down to the mat, reset to center. Taking the second side, right foot steps out and slightly forward. Reach down, find the leg with the right hand. Option to stay here or inhale, that left leg can extend up to the sky. Yes, awesome. Look at that balance. Deep breaths in and out, feel. Exhale, lower the left foot, both forearms back to the mat. 2 more breaths in your dolphin. Maybe tiptoeing the toes closer. Maybe even coming up onto the very tippy toes. And then exhale, ease your knees to the earth, child's pose, puppy or embryo. Surrendering here. Taking a moment to just tune in as you release into the earth. Just notice what's present for you without judgment. Take a deep breath into your back body. Exhale to settle a little bit deeper into the earth. And inhale, slowly roll your way up to hands and knees. Exhale all the way back to downward facing dog. Allow yourself to shift and move here. Walking your dog if that feels good. Nice. Deep breath in and down dog. Exhale to step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale to fold it back in. Again, like that, inhale, spinal extension, that halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. We'll do it once more. Really focus on this one, pressing the hips back, extending the spine forward. Exhale to fold it in. And inhale, rise all the way up, arms sweep overhead. Maybe a little back bend here at top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Classical suns. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, step left foot back, lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step to plank. Your choice here, you can go direct to down dog or flow through that vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale to step left foot forward, lunge. Lift and open, telescope your ribs as you extend. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold. Inhale to rise up, sweeping arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, continuing this flow, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Awesome breathing. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Continue that inhale, lift and open. Exhale, hands to the earth at your own pace. Step back to plank pose. Continue that flow, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the chest through. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step right foot through, lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, sweeping arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Continue this flow, maybe closing your eyes, tuning more into sensation. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Keep the inhale going, open it up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step to plank. Roll through your vinyasa, slow and controlled. Moving with your breath. Nice, Mike. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Keep that inhale going, open it up. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward folds. Inhale, come all the way upright. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, re-extend. Last round here, exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back for your lunge. Keep the inhale going, open it up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. We'll all meet in down dog. Next inhale, step right foot forward, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes, mountain pose. You're welcome to keep your hands at heart center or release your arms by your sides, create some space. Taking a moment to feel, to let all we've done thus far integrate. Recommit to that intention. Inhale to float your arms up to the sky. Exhale, sit back, chair pose, Uttanasana. Let's do it true forest style today. Lift your toes away from the mat. Really press into the earth with the balls and the heels of your feet. Sit a little bit deeper. Feel the legs start to cook. Yes. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. We're going to hang out here for a few breaths. So allow for some movement if that feels good. Maybe swinging a little side to side. Maybe bending and straightening opposite legs. Or perhaps hands interlace in opposite elbow and you just hang heavy. Just letting gravity help traction out the spine. Release the arms as they are intertwined. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat and just step your way back to plank. Tuck tailbone, so your core, your shoulders, your hips, your butt are all on the same plane. Yeah, there you go. And then if you need some additional support, knees can come down. On your exhale, lower slowly, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the chest through cobra or up dog, lifting through the heart. Exhale, we'll press back to downward facing up. We'll wait for Adam and down dog.
Or you can just move the head.
He's just going to keep going. All right, root down strongly through your hands. Inhale, slowly extend that left leg up to the sky. Yes, spread your toes. Press that foot long so you've got that strong line from the palms of your hands all the way up to the spine, all the way up through the leg. Take another inhale, maybe the leg lifts a little higher. Yes. Nice, spread that. Exhale. Hug the left knee into your chest, then set the foot down softly. Warrior two, back heel, roots down, windmill your arms up. Take a moment, set up your warrior. So check out that left knee, make sure it's not jutting out past the ankle. Equal weight between the two legs, press down to the feet. Hips are squaring more or less to this window side. Arms are parallel to the ground. Fill this pose with breath. Archer warrior 2. Reach that left arm up to the sky, bend the left elbow. Bring the right hand to the left elbow to start, just to help coax the hand further down the back. You can stay here or take the right arm behind the back, clasp hands, grab clothing, strap if you have one, or just reach the fingertips towards one another. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. Breathe into this heart center. As we stay here for a little bit longer, can you soften in the pose? Inhale, re-extend the arms. Reverse warrior, flip the left palm to the sky. Exhale, reach up and back. Right hand can be on your hip or start working its way down that right leg. Continue to draw the left knee forward, deep into this lunge. Next stretch, just because it feels good. Left arm reaches forward, parallel to the ground. Head hangs heavy towards the right shoulder. Breathe into this left side of your neck. Reaching through the left hand, come back up, warrior 2, into eagle warrior 2. Take the left arm, wrap it underneath the right, getting that second tuck of the hands, if it's accessible. Shift your elbows up in line with the shoulders, and then a soft press of the forearms forward. If you'd like more of a neck stretch, lift the arms a little higher, rest the forehead on that right bicep. Breathe here into the back of your heart. Lift the head up if it's folded forward. And then inhale, open the arms back up, unwinding. Exhale, release the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, lift up to the heart. Exhale into your ostrich, diving forward. Clasp hands, reach overhead. Really focus on this space in the shoulders. So you're breathing up into the chest and the upper back still. Once you've established a strong connection to breath there, start to draw the breath down into your hips. Exhale, lower the clasp, release your hands. Head to ankle prep. Keep that left knee bent. I know it might be screaming, keep it bent. Walk the right hand to the back of your mat. Place the left hand to the inside of the left thigh. Start to press the left leg forward and away. Stretching into this left hip flexor, left side of the low back. The deeper you bend your knee, the more you will feel this stretch. Yes, awesome. 2 more huge breaths here. And always exhale out the mouth to release tension. Exhale, release the left hand, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inner edges of your feet are facing one another, so they're parallel. You're in this wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale, just fold it in. Hanging out here for a few breaths, letting gravity traction. If there's a specific version you'd like to take with your arms or hands, do that. But make sure it's intentional. Yes. So whatever your choice is, you're doing it with intention. And it could be just letting gravity traction your spine. Maybe it's pressing your hands into the earth. Maybe it's twisting side to side. Release. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Swivel your feet around. The back heel is lifted. We're coming into a spinal twist. Right hand stays on the ground or a block. Inhale, left arm floats up to the sky. Basic spinal twist here, yeah. Spreading from fingertips to fingertips. Open up with your breath. Back knee can always come down for support. Feel for space here, even in this twist. Keep lifting through the heart. One more inhale here. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Reach the arms back behind you. Hover above this left leg. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Arms extend to the sky. Come a little bit deeper into your lunge by walking your feet further apart. On your exhale, bend the elbows, lift through the heart. 3 more breaths here. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, hands all the way down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Your choice to exit to down dog or flow to that vinyasa. Slow and control. We'll all meet up in downward. Take a deep breath in and down dog. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, rise to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale to fold it in. Inhale, come all the way upright. Arms reach overhead. Maybe a little back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, sit back, Utkatasana. One breath in, lift through the chest. Exhale, fold forward, Utkatasana. Inhale, spinal extension, that halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat. Step your way back to plank pose. This time you have the choice. You can flow through your vinyasa or move directly to down dog. Whatever you choose, move intentionally with your breath. Yes, nice, Melinda. We'll all meet up and down like this. Press strongly into the earth with your hands. That's your foundation. Then inhale slowly, with that foundation intact, float the right leg up to the sky. Spread through your toes, press that leg long. Maybe that leg lifts a little bit higher on this inhale. Exhale, thread the left foot or right foot through rather. Warrior two. Rise up. Take a moment, set yourself up here. A strong foundation by pressing into the earth. It's almost like there's an anvil at the pelvis floor rooting you down to the earth. Then you're balancing that out by reaching the crown of your head towards the sky. Archer, warrior two. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Bend the elbow. Left hand onto the elbow, stay here, or start to wrap the left arm behind the back, clasping hands or clothing, or simply reaching fingertips towards one another. Breathing into the heart center. Where can you soften? Inhale, unwind the arms. Reverse warrior, right palm flips to the sky. Exhale, reach up and back. Left hand on your hip or start working its way down the leg. Breathe into this right side body. Creating space from the obliques all the way up to the rib cage, all the way up to the armpit. Next stretch, reach the right arm forward. Let the head hang towards the left shoulder. Breathe into the space you're creating here. Just imagine that your breath and the stretch are unwinding layers and layers of tension. Getting rid of some of those deeper layers that are just harbored in these areas. Reaching through the right hand, come back up through warrior two. Exhale, right arm underneath the left for eagle, warrior two. Getting that second tuck through the palms if possible. Elbows lift, soft press forward. So you're not trying to pull the shoulder blades off your back, but create space in between the shoulder blades. You have that option to lift the arms a little higher, resting the forehead on the left bicep. Breathe into the back of your heart. Be present for what bubbles up. Inhale, lift your head, re-extend the arms. Exhale, release the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Deep breath in, lift through the heart. Exhale into your ostrich, diving forward. Clasp hands, reach up and away from the low back. Breathing down into the hips. And still focusing on that space around the heart and the shoulders. Let the head hang heavy. Exhale, lower your clasp, release your hands. Head to ankle prep, walk the left hand to the back of your mat. Then place the right hand on the inside of the right thigh. Start to press that thigh forward and away. Lean towards that left side. The deeper you bend and the more you lean, the more you will feel this stretch. Release the right hand. Parallel the inner edges of your feet. Prasarita Padottanasana, this wide-legged forward fold. Take an inhale, lengthen up. Exhale to fold it in. And we'll just hang out here for a few breaths. So whatever variation is calling to you, make sure it's intentional. Three more breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift, spinal extension. Walk your hands to the top of your mat, spiraling the toes around, spinning the toes around. Bend back into that right knee, moving into our spinal twist. Left hand stays rooted on the ground or a block. Inhale, right arm opens up to the sky for your spinal twist. Yes, on your inhale, lift up to that right shoulder, right side of your chest. With the exhale, draw navel towards spine. Tune into what you're experiencing. Three more breaths here. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Back knee can always come down for support. Fire up your legs. Reach the arms back behind you. Hover above this right thigh. Inhale, come all the way up. Crescent lunge, arms float to the sky. On your exhale, bend your elbows, lift even more to the chest. Just to open back up to the heart and the belly. Maybe inching your feet further apart so you feel the lunge even deeper. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, hands all the way down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Your choice. Move to that vinyasa or directly back to down dog. Take a deep breath in your down dog. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat, forward. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale to fold it in. Inhale, come all the way upright. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take your mat and move to a wall. So short side, up against the baseboard. If you have a window right by you, make sure you move so that you're not kicking into the window. All right. We're going to work with a few poses here, starting with Dolphin at the wall. So let's all set up together because it's easier. So come sitting down on your mat. You can use your block for a tool here, but you're going to measure where your heels are. And so if you want that extra support, your block can come to that place so you have your measurements. Otherwise, just kind of eyeball it. Don't do this part yet. So what we'll do in just a second is you'll bring your forearms down to the mat. Elbows will be right where the edges of your feet were. If you have sensitive shoulders, clasp your hands. Otherwise, forearms parallel, pressing into the earth. Curl your toes under. Bend your knees. So you're going to keep the knees bent. I'm a little too far away. Knees stay bent. Walk the feet up hip height. Then start to straighten out your legs.
Press your chest towards the wall for dolphin at the wall. Now you may only stay here for 2 breaths. Maybe you'll stay for 10. We're going to resist extending the leg up because that actually makes the pose easier. Bend your knees if you need, straighten out the back again, then straighten out the legs again. After you've taken your personally prescribed amount of breaths, come down, take a few breaths in child's pose.
So we're going to work with this collectively for about equivalent of 10 or so breaths, but that may mean you come in and out of it a few times. Any questions? Okay, let's play. So wherever your heels are, that's where your elbows are going to go. Use your block to remind you of where that distance is. Curling your toes under. Just come into your basic dolphin. Don't think too much of that part. It's pretty simple, just dolphin. And then bend your knees, feet up, hip height. Yes. And find the breath. So this is where that breath part really comes into play, right? You immediately want to hold your breath. Instead, resist that. Awesome, you guys all look amazing. Resist that by really amping up your breath to deal with the intensity. Might walk your feet down a little bit. Yep, there you go. Chris, tuck your tailbone, lift your hips higher to the sky, press your chest towards the wall. There you go, yep. Anywhere between 2 and 10 breaths. Nice, Adam, keep squeezing the elbows towards one another. If you've been hanging out in it the whole time, you're a freaking badass. Come on down, we're gonna take a few breaths in your child's pose or sitting upright if that feels better. About 5 breaths, just releasing. Feeling the ground, hold you here. Inhale, roll your way back up. All right, we're gonna do one more of these versions. So come seated, look up here for a quick moment. Once again, sit bones against the wall, legs come out. This time, the palms of your hands are gonna go where the heels of your feet were. So once again, you can use the block for measurement. Don't do it quite yet. You'll have a moment to do it, or in a moment you can do it. So heels of the hands down, pressing into the earth, you're gonna come into a shortened down dog. All right, from here, step 1 foot up, hip height, then the other, knees are bent, then straighten out the legs, tuck tailbone, press the hips up, create this L shape on the wall. Once again, anywhere here between 2 and 10 breaths. As you start to feel your knees slip or your core give in, come down, take a few moments, then come back into the pose. Any questions there? Okay, let's play. So hands are gonna go where your heels were. Feet up, hip height. Press into the wall, knees stay bent to start. Beautiful, Bronwyn. And then really, hips extend up. Yes. Nice. Awesome, Joanne. Keep working what feels okay to your body. Lisa, walk your feet higher up. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Awesome breathing. You can always exhale out the mouth if it starts to feel super intense. You guys are such badasses. This is awesome. Embrace in that. If you've been hanging out in the pose the whole time, come down. Take a few breaths in your child's pose or resetting in a kneeling position. All right, look up here. One more hurrah. So, it's a choose your own adventure. You can do any, I can't see your face, Melinda, it was driving me nuts. All right, you can do any of the poses, so either of those that we just did. You can work with the one leg lifted. So if you're working with this and you want to kind of play around with your balance, you can extend a leg up and just light presses away from the wall, feeling your core engaged and holding you. If you lift one leg, do the other so you balance it out. The other option here is to work with handstand or forearm balance.
So in this case, you're going to turn to face the wall. Make sure you're about 8 to 12 inches away from the baseboard so you don't hit the wall. Exhale, you're going to kick up, using the wall for support. Maybe you hang out here for a few breaths, or maybe you come in and out of the pose a few times. If you are working on kicking up, make sure you pick up on the exhale. Don't just keep going. Take breaths in between trying to kick up. Any questions? Okay. 10 breaths, whatever you choose. There's no judgment, just play. See what's possible today. You've already tuned into all of the power, all the strength you needed. Now wind that up, bring it into your pose. Be confident in your own strength. About 3 more breaths, whatever you're doing. Do you want me to support you? Just feel a little bit of everything else. Okay, come into your down. Which way are you going to kick up with? Left hand. This one? Okay. Take a deep breath in. As you're ready, exhale, kick up. Got it. When you're ready to come down the street, just relax. That's all right. All right, you can choose if you want to stay at the wall or scoot your mat back to the center of the room. Make your way down onto your back. Wherever you are, hug your knees into your chest. Rock it side to side, releasing the spine. Transition into your happy baby pose, reaching down and grabbing hold of the big toes or the outer edges of your feet. Continue that rolling side to side if that feels good. Releasing out of that, move into any final pose or movement of choice. So it could be a final spinal twist. If you're against the wall, you can simply rest your legs up the wall. That's really good for the low back. You can work with a bridge pose. Anything that's calling to you here. If you're ready for Shavasana, you can skip this final pose and move directly into your final resting position. Just taking your time to complete your practice. As you feel ready, transitioning into Shavasana. If you're at the wall, you're welcome to keep your legs up the wall for Shavasana. You can also scooch away and take the traditional version or really anything that's calling to your body today. It's whatever feels best to you. Whatever's most comforting, most grounding. And then allow yourself to surrender. Letting the breath fall back to its natural cadence. Letting your body be held and supported by the ground. Surrendering for these last few moments of class.
exhale, hands gather, heart center. I'd like to close our practice today to honor ourselves, to honor each other, to honor this life that we have with one final Om. Take a deep breath in. Om.